What's up YouTube, this is DWS Darius and this is going to be another episode of Amazing Fish. And today's Amazing Fish is going to be the blue and the golden gourami. Okay YouTube, so today I'm bringing to you guys two fish. Well, really, I think it's the same fish with just two different patterns, and these are my three right here. So you have the blue gourami, also known as the three-spot gourami, and then you have this guy, which is the golden gourami, which is pretty much the same thing as the blue, only in a golden pattern. And these are definitely amazing fish. But before I get into them, I do want to mention that I haven't been too consistent with these amazing fish episodes. And it's not because I don't have amazing fish to show you guys, it's rather because when I make these videos I prefer to speak on experience. Now I could go and look up articles and throw that to you guys, but I think it's more helpful when I speak to you guys about experience. So I have a lot of fish to show you guys, however I want to wait until I'm confident enough, until I get enough experience with these fish, and then you'll see those videos. But for now, let's look at the blue and golden gourami. Okay, so when it comes to the blue and golden gourami, as I said before, these fish in my opinion are pretty much the same fish. The only main difference about these fish is their coloration. I find that when it comes to behavior, when it comes to care, and just overall lifestyle, they're pretty much the same type of fish with two different colors. Okay, so first I would like to give you guys a close-up on the blue gourami. So this fish is also known as the three-spot gourami, obviously because of the three spots on the side, the third spot being the spot inside of his eye. These fish are very beautiful. I love just that nice blue color that they always display. Now if you saw my video 9 tropical fish that will add color to your tank, these fish were a part of that list because they're just very beautiful fish. They display a nice bluish to greenish coloration along their body, and if you look closely all along their fins, they have nice little bright blue spots, and just a really decorated fish, very beautiful. And the overall shape of this fish, it really helps it stick out of the aquarium. The fins, the antennas, that's what I call them. I don't know the actual name of those things, but just the overall look of this fish is absolutely beautiful. And the golden gourami, very similar to the blue gourami, has that beautiful body type. And it also has the nice decorated fins with all the spots, the yellow spots, because this is the yellow to golden spots, because it is the golden gourami. Along his body is that yellow to golden color. And then when this fish is in a good mood, it displays awesome stripes along his body. So both the blue and the golden gourami are very beautiful fish and just bring a lot of color to your tank. Okay, so not only are these gouramis very beautiful, but at the same time they're extremely interesting fish to watch. These fish are just very smart from what I've noticed. I compare them even to cichlids. We know that cichlids are some of the smartest fish out there, and these fish definitely are not too far behind. They're just always active in the tank, always looking for something new. And one of the most interesting things about these fish is that they actually breathe air. Now if you can look closely at that guy, let me see if I can give you guys a top view. He just stopped. But yeah, these fish actually go straight to the surface and breathe air, so that's another awesome fact about these fish. And just their overall behavior, as I said before, these fish are not fish that's going to stay in one spot, unless of course you're scaring them or something like that. But if you give them the proper environment, these fish are going to be extremely active. Mine is just all over the tank, all over the driftwood, swimming in all levels of the tank, and just extremely active fish. So not only do you get a beautiful fish with these fish, but you also get a very active and entertaining fish. Okay YouTube, so the blue gourami and the golden gourami are fish that are very beautiful, very active, and when you thought that it couldn't get better, these fish are just extremely easy to take care of. So I'm pretty sure if you went to any local fish store, if you looked on any local fish website, these fish were a part of their stock list because these fish are everywhere. And the reason why is because these fish are just so easy to take care of. They're very hardy, they're not too demanding, and a lot of people have success with these fish, making them one of the best beginner fish out there. Okay YouTube, so with that said, I would like to give you guys a little rundown on what I do to keep my gouramis nice and healthy and happy. So first off, these fish can reach 4 inches. If you read online, it would say 6 inches. However, I never saw one in person bigger than 4 inches. So I recommend a minimum tank size to be about 30 gallons. But remember that bigger is always better. Mine's enjoyed the entirety of my 125 gallon tank. So if you can, bigger is always better for these fish. When it comes to diet, these fish are not too demanding. They pretty much accept anything. However, you don't want to feed them anything. You know, some fish foods out there are pretty much garbage. So you want to watch what you give them. I feed mine New Life Spectrum pellets along with some Tetra Flakes. Every now and then they get some bloodworms and they get some algae wafers. And then when I'm not feeding them directly, I catch them eating algae off the driftwood and rocks all the time. So they're not too demanding when it comes to fish food, so it's easy to find a nice healthy food for them. As you can see, mine eating up some of the algae right there. When it comes to tank mates, now with me, tank mates is a really weird topic because I really do a lot of things that many people wouldn't recommend and I get away with it. But when it comes to tank mates, these fish are usually semi-aggressive. You don't want to keep them with overly aggressive cichlids. Now at the time I am doing so. I have my gouramis in a tank with one of the most aggressive freshwater cichlids out there, the Salvini cichlid, which is that yellow little fish. And at crack I have 3 of them with my gouramis and I really have no problems. Probably because just the size of this tank, even though I kept them in a 55 with no problems too. However, just to be safe, it's good to keep these fish with just less aggressive fish like tetra, barbs. Be careful with your barbs because they have those long flowing fins. So if you do keep them with barbs, you want to keep the barbs in a nice school so that they're not tempted to attack their fins. But yeah, you want to keep them with fish that's not too aggressive. Now I am getting away with keeping mine with fish that are known to be aggressive. However, I don't recommend it because a lot of times you don't get away with stuff like this. So when it comes to tank mates, look for fish that are known to be semi-aggressive. If possible, stay away from most cichlids. Some cichlids that should be okay include rams, geophagus, and more milder cichlids, but cichlids that are known to be aggressive like green terrace, definitely stay away from African cichlids. And just fish that are known to be aggressive. So that's all I can say when it comes to tank mates. I am doing the quite opposite of what I'm telling you guys, but with me, I know my fish. Each fish has a different personality, and until you get to that level of being able to tell the different personalities and just what your fish is willing to mix with, just stick to the rules. And with these fish, stick to semi-aggressive fish of a similar size or smaller. These fish have really tiny mouths, so you really don't have to worry about them eating smaller fish unless you have like baby fry. But other than that, they should be good with most small fish. When it comes to tank setup, I find that these fish definitely are not too demanding. However, I think that these fish look best in a nice little natural aquarium. I have the driftwood growing, I have the plants, and as I said before, these fish are just always over the driftwood looking for food, looking for algae. They're always through the plants, so I think that they prefer that natural setup. However, they're not too demanding. Another thing to consider, as I said before, these fish do breathe air, so you want to leave some type of gap between your aquarium hood and the water itself. I've seen some aquariums where the hood is just sitting, or the lid or cover is sitting directly on top of the water. I think it's best to give it a few inches so that they can actually get some of that oxygen at the top of the surface. Now with me, I actually just have no hood, I have no lid. I just keep high walls around the aquarium so they have all access just to get all the air and oxygen that they want. Okay YouTube, so that has been a look at the blue and golden gourami. So if you have any questions or comments concerning these fish, please let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want more videos like this, make sure you subscribe because more is coming. And that will be all.